views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
That moment when you realize you have mastered your wellness. When you've become so resilient, you can conquer any hiccup life throws you. Yeah, well, me either. But I still ride unicorns. I'll teach you how to become a mindset master. You will learn how your habits and behavior affect your success of nutrition, exercise, relationships, organization, and so much more. It's your reality, and you need to do it your way. Self-care and self-love are anything but selfish. Take charge, get excited. If not now, then when? Grab your espresso and get ready to talk all things wellness. It's time for Coach, Couch, and Coffee Radio with Coach Peggy Wellness right now.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. You are listening to Coach, Couch, and Coffee Radio with me, Coach Peggy Wellness. And as you know, you can find me every Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific and 6 Eastern, where we just grab our coffee mugs. I have a special guest here today, Darcy. What mug do you have today?
I've got my Keep Calm and Hug Your Dog.
Fantastic. I'm 99% sure I'm a unicorn. So that's my coffee mug. And if you guys are driving and listening, I hope you have your latte. Or if you're listening to me back, I hope you grab just a cup of coffee and sit down and listen to us today. So I just want to set the stage. So this is a great topic because it ties in wellness and it ties in your special furry pets there at home. So you know how it's super important for us to have a job and a passion and a purpose to feel valued, right? It's so many different things in our lives that don't even give us value. So we know if we have a job, we feel good about ourselves, confidence, knowledge. And did you know, I just looked this up today, Darcy, 70% of American households have pets. I didn't even know that till today. So exciting. And then I just wanted to let you guys know that I don't know if you realize that you're actually healthier if you have a pet often. We're more active and safe and all those fun things. So today, Darcy is going to talk about jobs for our animals, finding some jobs that they can feel valued about and some strength. And then the other thing we're going to talk about is words, because we all know that words matter and words very much matter to our animals. And so Miss Darcy Pariso is here. She's an animal communicator, and she is going to chat with us about this. And I'm just going to sit back and go, oh my gosh, it's like talking to clients, and she's talking about pets. So Darcy, welcome. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be here. I love sharing who animals really are.
And this is like right up your alley because you are going to make them feel valued and you're going to help us understand. I had no idea until I was chatting with you that rewriting these stories, which is what I chat about with our clients, just rewriting the story completely can change our life. So super excited. Mm-hmm. So as you guys know, purpose and passion and having an actual job makes us feel valued. And of course, I can relate that to, I had this one job. I'm not discounting any job. I'm just saying as far as feeling valued. So my first job when I got out of high school before I was going to college was I checked watermark for quality on reams of paper in our town paper mill. Now, I know somebody has to do that, but it just wasn't perfectly aligned with my passion. So I understand a little bit now that I have a passionate job. So Darcy, can you tell me, just let me know how, first of all, why you love this subject that we're chatting about today? And then second of all, how in the heck can we determine the strengths and passions of our animals and align them with a beautiful job?
Okay, certainly. I really love this topic because I have seen that a single conversation can often change a situation in a house, relationships, misunderstandings. Everything opens up and changes. And if one conversation doesn't do it, we back up a little bit and we think about our relationships, and maybe we're viewing something one way and our partner or friend or children are another way, but we don't know it. And until we have that open dialogue, we can't even really address it. And so with animals, it's even a little more difficult in most cases because we don't really understand what they want. Some people do. Some people are actually very intuitive. And I think we know more than we give ourselves credit for. It's a matter of trusting. It really is trusting. Animals do need to feel useful. And what I find is, but can get them in trouble, is they don't know what to do. They'll find something.
Exactly
what you want.
They're going to get themselves in trouble.
Mm-hmm. So you get these calls like, why is he doing that? And he goes, well, I thought I was supposed to. It's like, no. So, yeah. I was talking to a lady just recently, and I put this example up because it's fairly common. And she was telling me that, I brought this new cat into the house, and he was really timid and just really didn't even walk around and explore or anything. And pretty soon the old mama cat comes over and just kind of takes him under her wing. And the two of them were inseparable from that moment on. The younger cat is just blossoming and doing everything that he's showing his personality, and he's comfortable and confident. And they didn't know who he was at all until mom came in. And the thing about the mom cat, this is exactly what she needed. And she feels so happy to be recognized because she's a caregiver and she's a lover, and she's just so happy they can see this about her. So this was a win-win because somebody was kind of mentored and showed the ropes, and the other one got to be who she was too. But it happens a lot, and people do see these things, but I think they don't always remember or maybe take it in or see the gravity of what's really happening. Like we go, oh yeah, that's great, they helped, and we might kind of forget it, but it's really important. And then I have a yellow lab that I run into from time to time. I teach animal communication classes, and this lab can't wait until people show up because she's the entertainer, the clown, the best friend, and woohoo, you're going to play with me. I'm going to make you laugh and have fun. And she's given herself that job because that's her personality and that's who she is. And sometimes it works out beautifully, like in her case.
That makes sense.
So, it's not always the case, but a lot of people, like I said, they do see their animals when they get into those roles. They can see their personality and their passion. It'd be like a kind, gentle dog. It's just very, gentle and tender with a small child or a younger animal or a playful kitten that entertains. So we do see it on at least a smaller scale and sometimes on a larger scale.
Right. I'm probably skipping ahead, but when you were just talking, it made me think that we tend to label certain breeds with certain tasks. So do you see that sometimes, like labs being playful until they're 2 and, certain things. So we should probably maybe pay attention to some of that.
Yeah. And they change just like we do. I had a King Charles Spaniel, and I looked at him. He was black and white with the little tan cheeks. And I just thought he was the sweetest dog. And I always said that, oh, he's so sweet. He's this, he's that. Looking at his appearance. And when I started communicating with him, the first thing he said is, I'm a stubborn old cuss. And I was like, no, you're not. And, I started paying attention, and he certainly was. I mean, I had all kinds of examples that I kind of pushed aside because I put a personality on him that based on his appearance.
Kind of that label. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So tell me more. What makes sense as far as identifying some of those strengths, some of those jobs? How do you naturally, when you're working with an animal, kind of try to identify some of those things?
When someone calls me, most often there's a problem. They're doing something that they don't understand or that they shouldn't be doing. And it often is just a misunderstanding. I talked to a man this is a little bit a while back, and everyone was afraid of his dog. He had a German Shepherd. And there'd been enough near incidents, and actually an incident where the German Shepherd had really kind of chewed up a man's hand. And that dog is still alive today is because he didn't initiate call it an altercation, I guess. He was in the backseat of a car at a gas station, and a man said, oh, great dog. And he put his hand in the car, and the dog just really did a number on him. So everyone's afraid of this dog. He takes it to work and so forth. And I asked the dog, what's going on? And he says, well, I'm protecting the family. He told me that I am the protector. So, man, he literally turned white. He said, that was over 10 years ago when I was married and had small children. That was a very long time ago. But he had never told him to stop protecting. He had never other roles or other jobs. There had been no communication. So this dog felt like everywhere he went, he had to be this big, fierce protector. The truth was, he didn't like the job. He said, I'm always on guard. I'm always having to watch. And he was exhausted. He had been doing this for a very The only sad thing in this case is most often I think things work out. In this case, I was suggesting that he really do some training with him also, because, being this role for that length of time, I felt like he just really needed some really consistent training. So he could come back into balance and learn to be with other dogs and so forth. And I learned years later that never happened. So, you can't be responsible for the outcome, which is
right. So how would you identify some of the things you and I have chatted about, certain tasks that you could give your animals and kind of, test out? I think you've given me an example on getting slippers, or even you've given me an example of your personal dog with answering the door and the process you went through with fascinating. So share with us how we can identify some of those strengths and what they want to do, maybe.
Yeah, what they want to do. Well, my little dog actually told me I had 3 animals, and when she was the only one left, I made her the friendly greeter. She was barking in the house, which is something new for her. So I thought I've got to turn that into a strength. Mm-hmm. And so often it's just turning things around, and praise and consistency, clear messages. And when I say a clear message, it's say no barking, because the image in your mind is going to be a dog barking. So what you would do is say, quiet, please. Oh, good, quiet, good girl. And you keep showing the quiet. You hear noise, you hear a knock at the door. And so my dog, what I did was she was barking. So I said, okay, I would like you to be the greeter. So what that means is knock, knock, knock. I would knock, and she'd be ready to bark, and she'd bark 3 times and say, oh, thank you. Thanks for letting me know there's somebody at the door. We'd walk to the door quietly. And in the beginning, I'd be popping little tiny training treats, little pieces of treats in her mouth. So she'd bark. And then we'd get to the door, and she'd have to sit down and be quiet before we open it. And then she'd, kind of lose. She would say, okay, that's who that is. And then she would lose interest, and she would go and lay down. And that's what I want her to do.
Right.
Actually, just in a very short period of time, it was somebody knock at the door. I'd say, thanks for letting me know. Let's go see who it is. She'd lay down, and everything was fine. And it didn't take long to train her. And jobs can happen really quickly, or they might take a couple of weeks. And I find that if they fall back, you can just kind of go back to it. It was for her. Sometimes, like a barking dog, doesn't know what else to do, so he'll make himself kind of a watchdog. Mm-hmm. This is a case where you can, apply this. So it's okay to alert me when someone's at the door, and then you can be the greeter. Or you can bark if there's somebody in the backyard that's not supposed to be there. Or if there's somebody that you don't feel comfortable with or safe with, you can bark. And then I'll go investigate that. So you have to actually delineate what you'd like and show the images in your mind. Like maybe a truck outside and he doesn't recognize it. And you can't, you don't want to join the barking and say, don't bark.
Right. So
thank you for letting me know.
Can we make an assumption then, and that if they're doing something that isn't, they're tearing up the house, they're urinating all over the place, if they're doing something that isn't appropriate or they seem unhappy, that they are unhappy in their job? Like, we need to kind of reassign them?
It's a job. Well, it's a little more complicated than that.
Yeah.
It's a change of job for one thing. I mean, a change of job can really help, or changing the job description, or sometimes they don't have words, so they're angry. Often when someone's peeing in the house, they're angry. They want to be walked more. They want, they're bringing something in a relationship for you to look at. Cats are big on that.
Right.
If there's relationship problems, the cat will bring it up. Well, they don't have the words, so they often will start urinating on the person's belongings.
Right.
Oh my
gosh, this is good. Okay, so we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I want to get a little bit more into like the words, and I'm really big into having the opportunity to rewrite even our own stories and how big words are and visualization and stuff. So it seems like this is going to be so awesome. So, okay, you guys, you are listening to Coach Couch and Coffee here with Coach Peggy, and we're going to come back with Darcy and chat about this more. I want to give you a quick heads up. If you'd like to call 1-800-930-2819, first caller, Kat's going to take first caller. I'm going to give away a free 30-minute coaching session. So again, 800-930-2819. See you back.
Angels and animals are always working for and around us. Darcy Pariso knew from an early age she felt this incredible presence that was confirmed for her in a Reiki Level 1 course. From then on, she has honed her skills and dedicated her talents to providing answers, inspiration, and tools for people to move past limiting blocks and past traumas to truly live a life of happiness. For more information about working with Darcy, visit darcypariso.com.
People often ask, what does it mean to thrive? On Thrive by Jen Radio, it means body confidence, mind fulfillment, and soul synchronicity. Create synchronicity with God and learn as Jen shares action steps and real stories that will inspire you to be unstoppable in fulfilling your purpose. Tune in live each Monday at 8 a.m. Pacific on transformationtalkradio.com and visit jenniferzellup.com to thrive with Jen.
Are you ready to consistently tap into the transcendent place where your whole being is available to you and access a higher level of ability and performance physically, cognitively, emotionally, and effectively? Then join us on ClearSpeak Talk Radio with Dr. Jeanette Wolf on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Tune in every fourth Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. Go to JeanetteWolf.com, Quantum Body, to sign up for your whole health mentoring.
Did you know that all of the shows on the Transformation Radio Network are available as podcasts to stream or download?
Really?
Check us out. Go to transformationradio.fm. We have business shows, spiritual shows, energy healing shows, and pretty much everything in between. Something for everyone, guaranteed to inspire, educate, and transform. We are transforming the world, one listener at a time.
Tune in to Knowledge Book Radio with host Marge Potasic each Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Through many experiences, Marge was led to the Knowledge Book, a gift to humanity in its transition to the Golden Age, and it provided the truth and the answers. She now shares information from the Knowledge Book with you each week on TransformationTalkRadio.com. For more information, visit usa.theknowledgebook.net.
High-frequency healing for an amazing life with Source Light Radio. Join host Laura Barton each month on Transformation Talk Radio as she explores Source Light integration, a unique spectrum of energy, light, and frequency. Experience instantaneous healing and amazing shifts in consciousness with Source Light Integrations Radio. For more information on Laura and her work, visit sourcelightintegrations.com.
Everybody, we are back on Coach Couch and Coffee Radio. Again, I'm here with Darcy Pariso. I'm Coach Peggy. We've been chatting about, first of all, I noticed I held up my mug and I'm like, this thing's the size of my head. We've been chatting about how jobs for animals and words, we're going to get into words that we use in the stories that we say around our animals make such a difference. And so just before we went to break, Darcy's going to cover a few more things, but I think it's really important that we dissect, if we could, how we can kind of assign these jobs and some of the things that we can do to help them understand.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so look to your animal's personality and their needs, and you want to diminish the negative behaviors, of course, and bring up the positive ones. So if you look at what they're doing, say, okay, how can I turn that around and make that a positive? And I would start with something simple, give them one job, and it can even be something like, be on bug control. So you need more to do and you're shredding something up, go check the baseboards and the windowsills. And you have to do it periodically because those bugs can come in anytime. And show that in your mind. So they scan our energy, they look to our mind for the pictures, and our words are last. Often our words don't mean anything. They learn our words, but it's the images in our mind and our energy. So they're showing the image of you're quietly walking to the door, and I feel so happy. Emotions just pump that description further. So go ahead and do that. And I suggest that you maybe date something, put it on the refrigerator when you assign this job so that you can keep reinforcing it every day. And maybe they turn it in 3 days. Maybe you're on week 2 and you're not making a lot of progress, then that's not working. We're going to change it. So it might be that you look at your words and your images and how can we change this? He's getting this part of it, but not that part. So let's show some different images and say, this is really good. Now we're going to do this. And you bring it. And if it just doesn't work, if it's not, the right fit, then find something else. So you can change the job and really look at how you're communicating.
Okay.
And the other thing about jobs, you can get anything at all. They can be a protector, an entertainer, a lover, bug control, agility, a show-off, a clown. Some animals are couch potatoes, and that's okay.
Yeah.
They're happy doing. They can give you creative ideas, be a healer, a leader, a babysitter, anything at all. Just what fits their personality and what do they need.
Okay, we have a couple minutes. So hit the words, and this is so important on the words in the story. So tell us about that. Okay.
Words can change everything. Sometimes just telling, a woman called me and she said, my little dog came from a puppy mill and it was terrible. And that dog just was like, kind of feeling terrible. You could just read her energy. She was stuck in that pattern. And I said, but that's not who you are now. I said, you're loved. You get to go to the grocery store and you get to go to all these places with your person and you have a best friend. And she just right up because suddenly now she was in the energy of, I have a new life and I'm happy and things are great. So please don't say they came from a shelter. They were abandoned. They were thin. They were beaten. They were any of those negative things. What if something bad happened to you and every time you saw someone, they reminded you of it? That's good. What you want to do. So eliminate those. A dog told me, I am so glad to be done with that term whiny. I was just a person. She was going through a really stressful time with lots of anxiety, very challenging, and I was helping her. And now he's the helper. So instead of being told he's whiny, now he's the helper. And I said, why don't you be a strong, confident role model too? You can support her.
Awesome.
Words matter.
They do matter. Oh my gosh. Well, once again, boy, I'll tell you, the show goes by so fast. And you guys, I am going to keep in touch with Darcy, and you can email me at coachpeggy@3wellnesspillars.com and tell me if there's any other things that I can do to keep you in touch with Darcy. And Darcy, can you tell everybody how they can find you?
Yes, my website, darcypariso.com. It's Darcy. My last name is like Paris with an O, Pariso. Or my phone number is 425-280-5132.
Awesome. Oh, you guys, now you can call her. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. I want to give you guys a couple of reminders. So on April 15th, I had part 1 with Dr. Marcus Vedstein, who is an endocrinologist, and we talked about the stress mess, adrenaline and cortisol, friend or foe. Second part is coming up on Monday on the 29th, and we're going to be talking a little bit more about, stress is a lot more than just bubble baths and massages. It really is. And it's about attitude and gratitude and, meditating and breathing and all those things. And what if I told you that it might get some inches off too? So that would be fantastic. So join us next Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific and 6 Eastern. And I also wanted to say I have a couple spots still open. for my July 4th Women's Wellness Retreat here in Cape Coral, Florida this summer. And I know it's hot. You don't have to write me and tell me, oh my gosh, it's so hot. I know it, but get down here. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then the last thing that I want to tell you is, again, you can give Kat a call at 800-930-2819 if you haven't already. And I'm going to give away a free 30-minute coaching session. And you can hop on my website, 3wellnesspillars.com, and check out everything on there. Go shopping and see some coaching packages, and we can work together. Darcy, I want to give you the last minute here. I want you to tell me something, a couple of sentences of something super positive we can tell our animals to just change everything.
I think that you should tell your animals you love them, you're going to help them, you're always going to stand by them, and see them being successful, acknowledge their strengths, and see their life purpose.
That's amazing. And it
like you said, Peggy, I've got it. I've got your back.
I've got you. That's right. Okay, you guys. Well, we're going to see you back really soon. And again, you can reach me at 3wellnesspillars.com. Take care.
Thank you for listening to Coach Couch and Coffee Radio with me, Coach Peggy Wellms. Did you hear something that made you go, or have an aha moment? I live for those. If not, we will get you next time. I will be back every first and third Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific. The tough love you to become smarter, stronger, braver, healthier, and happier. Duh. I will be back with a barrel of positivity, and you never know when a guest might pop in. There is no time for excuses. So don't forget to bring your coffee and an open mind as we talk all things wellness on Coach Couch and Coffee Radio with me, Coach Peggy Wellms. Now go grab a ray of sunshine.